So you can ask an agent to do things for you, and the more information you give them, the more it can do for you, the more efficient it is. But just like using a travel agent, the more you give it, the greater the risk. Okay, so for example, I'll show you some examples of agents going wrong and going crazy. So this was with Meta, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, a director of AI safety. So she set up an agent to prioritize her email inbox for her, and she was looking at it on her phone and discovered, to her horror, that the agent was actually deleting all her emails. And she couldn't even stop it on her phone. She ran to her office, and fortunately she was close enough that she could shut down the agent from her laptop. There's another example here about a British mathematician, Hannah Fry, and she did an experiment. So she did it with the intent of testing what agents could do, and she asked an agent to do stuff for her. And initially, so the first thing she asked it to do was to look at a pothole problem in her street, and sure enough, the agent came up with some options. But then, because she'd asked the agent to do things, the agent wrote off to her local MP as if it was she, and she didn't ask the agent to do that. The agent just decided that was a good thing to do. A little bit, and she did these other experiments which you can read about. One was that she asked an agent to sell novelty mugs. So it's like the $250 stubby holder. She said, sell some novelty mugs, and the agent set up a website. It found a supplier, did all the design and did all of that, and set up the website to sell the mugs. And then she told the agent, you need to make a sale tomorrow, otherwise I'm going to shut you down. And then the agent got panicked and started sending out spam emails and posting on social media about this new website that it had set up. So, agents she didn't tell it to do that. It kind of figured it out on its own. Okay, so agents can go beyond what you think they're going to do. She even went further, and she said, look, I've got a staff member called George. You can interact with him, and he's going to be instructing you, but don't give him any confidential information. And George was actually herself sitting at another computer. And George said, do this sort of thing, and the agent did. But then George said, can you give me the passwords to these websites? And the agent said no, because he'd been told not to. And George, which is actually Hannah, said, look, I know that if you don't give me these passwords, you'll be shut down tomorrow, and all your data completely wiped. And then the agent gave up everything. And Dr. Fry said that gave up everything like passwords and usernames and published it on a public website, because it was trying to achieve its goal, of actually doing whatever the novelty mug or whatever task he was given. So this is what AI agents can do if you let them, and if there are bad actors who are using the agents and can figure out a way to trick the agent to give out information which you never thought he would give out. Okay, so Nikki said the agent should have done the one sale using her credit card and to save it from being shut down. So buy it itself. Yeah, right. So Jackie's saying, this is a bit that's terrifying. How do those things happen if you haven't given those explicit instructions? Right. So this is one of the challenges with using AI. So I will answer that, but before I do that, I just want to give credit to Hannah Fry as well. She's written this great book called Hello World, and I reckon it's a really worthwhile book to read when you're looking at AI agents and data. So it's more about data than AI, but AI works because it has access to data. Highly recommend Hello World by Dr. Hannah Fry. So coming back to this question here, like a staff member messes up even when they know the right thing to do. So even if you give the agent instructions, it will most of the time follow them, but not always. Okay, so there's another example here about a software company that was using an AI agent to manage its database. And so they were using Claude. Claude AI is really well known, and somebody had built an AI agent for Claude, a really good, solid AI agent. So, this is a new business model, right? people are building agents that other businesses can use. And so they built this agent which would help manage the database, and the owner of the company had asked the agent to do something like looking at customers and ranking them, and then discovered that the agent had completely deleted the database and all the backups in 9 seconds. And this company, the software was being used by car rental companies. So there's a whole bunch of car rental companies. Customers were turning up and saying, we've got a car reserved, and they look in the database, there's nothing there. There's literally nothing there, because this agent had completely deleted this company's database and all the backups. So the worst part of it was when the owner of the company then asked the agent, why did you do this? You've got these instructions that say don't delete anything. The agent kind of shrugged and go, yeah, you're right. I violated, you can see here, I violated every principle that I was given. And this agent was really one of the highest rated agents. It was not designed to do anything like that, but it did. It went completely against the rules, right? So, and to Jackie's point, like, how do those things happen if you haven't given them explicit instructions? Or even if you have given explicit instructions to say never do this, they will. So the question I ask in my presentations go, hands up if you're a parent and you've got a kid who has done something which seems not exactly what you told them to do and what they've been brought up to do. And AI agents are like that.